So the world has changed in the last few months, and we're all witness to history being made. As we can all imagine, the future of digital enablement, sustainability, and continuous improvement in terms of how governments across the world deliver services may not look like it did before in a post-pandemic world. To reflect upon this, we've brought together three amazing global thought leaders and practitioners to talk about lessons they've learned and how they're thinking ahead about the lives of people to make them better than it was yesterday. So welcome to this special session of GX Talks, a unique initiative of collaboration run by the Emirates Government Service Excellence Program at the Prime Minister's Office of the United Arab Emirates.
If a service is easy to provide, we will leave it to the private sector. But when something is difficult and expensive, we'll ask government to step up.
During the pandemic is the adoption of digital signature and digital certificates has been very high, which is a positive move for us because this was the hindering point for us to move to the digital world.
Based on my experience as the Homeland Security Secretary for the United States, I think it's important for people, particularly people in leadership positions, to imagine different scenarios and importantly, worst case scenarios.
But I think government can play a really important role in connecting academia, connecting venture capital, connecting great minds with the problems our entire community is facing.
We're seeing a very rapid uptake on all fronts when it comes to digital services. And during this pandemic, we have shut down 50% of the federal government service centers due to the transformation to digital platforms.
Leaders need to make sure that they protect some time on their schedules for thinking, for imagining, and that they allow themselves not to be constrained by what's been done before, but to ask themselves, what if?
But the pandemic inspired people to try technology, and so we saw the adoption curves are just going to be much steeper than we would have seen before COVID-19 because people tried so many new forms of technology.
In the United Arab Emirates, we've worked on a set of proactive services in which we step before the customer requests the service and provide the service on behalf of the customer.
We should not suffer from a failure of imagination, particularly where security issues are concerned.
From what we see today, a lot of users today rely a lot on for example, digital assistants like Siri and Alexa. Government services could also be delivered there.
You start with the individual to be served, and you build out from there. We have rural communities that don't have broadband. We have certain areas within our urban communities that don't really have good broadband. And so what I would hope to see in the next 5 years in the United States is that broadband be considered an essential service and brought to all.